Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Morgan, the Ryker chick, and in today's video we are going to be installing a new sway bar and end links. So let's just get right into it. Alright you guys, if you saw my video that I released covering my modifications, my new accessories that I got for my birthday, one of the things I got was my new end links, and Can-Am was nice enough to send me their sway bar. This is a very popular question on Facebook forums. It's a very popular upgrade and modification to the Rykers. So essentially your sway bar and end links is what gives you a more stable ride. If you get up to higher speeds on the highway, 60-65 miles an hour, you'll notice a little bit of shaking. So by upgrading your sway bar and your end links, it's supposed to give you a more stable, sturdier ride. So we're gonna get this installed. There's several steps to it, so I'm gonna try to be as thorough as I can in this video. But before we do, I'm gonna just ask you real quick, if you like what you're seeing, please hit subscribe, turn on the notification bell so you never miss an upload. All right, we'll get started with this. So we've been doing some research on this. Because this modification is not simply something that's cosmetic, it might be something to consider taking it to a dealership or a mechanic to get this done, because if it's not something that you're comfortable or feel competent doing, if this is something that could impact the handling and safety of the bike. This can be a little bit of a complicated modification. It's going to be at least a two-person job. I've got my husband here with me as well as my dad, just to give an extra set of hands and really do some research, plan this out, allow yourself plenty of time to do this, and let's go ahead and get going. We're going to bring you through this, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Let's go. All right, so we're going to start with removing the hood. What you do, there's just two little latches on either side right here, and then it just slides right out. You're gonna take this T30 Torx, remove the screws that are underneath, and we basically need to work on getting this whole front plastic piece off and exposing this area. All right, so now once you've got your cover off, you're gonna take one of these, you got your little pin removing tool. You're gonna use that to remove this pin. Ta-da! Oh, the rest of this just pops off. There's also a pin that's right under here that we also removed. So this whole piece right here is just gonna stay loose. Now this, if you're facing the bike, it's the right side of the bike. If you're sitting in the driver's seat, it's the left side. You only have to loosen this one side here on this panel because the sway bar is going to slide in from right here. All right, so next up, we're removing this radiator because it has to be kind of pulled up out of the way. So we're using a 10mm wrench to, just loosen the two bolts that are right here in the front, and then you just kind of loosen that radiator, and we're going to be able to kind of push it up and out of the way. So what we ended up doing now is disconnecting the fan from the back of the radiator, and that's down right here in the back. And just to keep this up and out of the way, we're just gently using a bungee cord and just attaching it so it's just kind of up and out of the way.
So now we're using a socket and wrench set to remove the existing end link from the stock sway bar and frame.
So I just wanted to also show you guys, so this is the stock end link that comes on the Ryker, and this is what I'm replacing it with. The Baja Ron end link, this is metal as opposed to this plastic. So just for reference, this is the stock end link, and this is the one that comes with the BRP, the new sway bar kit. So it is slightly thicker, slightly sturdier, but we're gonna go with the Baja Ron ones. So we're done removing the old end links, and now we're going to be removing the stabilizer bushing, and that's these gold bolts that you're seeing right there, and that's what holds the stock sway bar in place. We're gonna be replacing those with new ones. So once you get your bushings off, we're trying to get the stock sway bar out. You see the sway bar running right through the middle there, that black bar that he's pointing at right now. So in order to be able to slide the sway bar out to the side, we got to cut these wire ties right there. And then we're hoping we can just slide it on out so we don't have to take some of this other framing off.
Oh boy, famous last words. So we sat here and struggled with this for a while, and really no matter what we did, no matter what we tried, what tools we used, we could not find a way to get the sway bar to slide out the way that it's positioned as it is. So we basically just had to give in and start to deconstruct the bike. So we started by trying to remove the shock to see if removing that bit would give us just enough space to try to wiggle the sway arm out to the side. You have to use a little bit of WD-40 and a twisting motion to loosen the pressure, and then the shock is bolted onto that arm. That was not enough, and then we eventually had to just give in and remove and drop the whole frame of the arm where the wheel's attached. I just want to take this moment to give a shout out to my dad and my husband for being the real MVP rock stars of this installation. So even after all of that, we found we were still having trouble getting the sway bar to slide out. So we loosened the bolts on this metal piece right here, which attaches to the steering arm. And then using a little bit of pressure with the small pry bar, we were able to give just enough space to slide the sway bar out to the side and finally get it free. And here you just see a little side-by-side comparison of the new and old sway bar and the new and old end links. So now, using the same method that we used to get the stock sway bar out, we're using the reverse to get the new sway bar in place. So before we install the new end links, we want to take the time to properly reattach the shocks and the arms to the wheels and just get everything realigned. So now it's time to get the new end links in place, get the bushings in place to get the new sway bar properly supported, and then get everything properly tightened down. Now, we had seen varying information about how tight to tighten these end links to. We had seen somewhere 18 foot-pounds of torque. Don't do that. You will strip your bolt, break your bolt. Ask us how we know. It's actually between 7 and 8 foot-pounds of torque. Once everything is properly tightened and in place, it's time to reassemble the bike. Just make sure throughout the process you stay very organized and keep track of any loose pins and bolts and parts and pieces, and make sure you're just very meticulous about putting it properly and safely back together.
Okay, you guys, that was a challenge, not gonna lie. That was a difficult install. We're prepared for it. I am happy that we got done today. It took us, like 6 hours to do? Yeah, definitely some challenges. You really do have to just go ahead and plan to really deconstruct the whole bike to get it on there. But we were successful. I'm gonna go take this baby for a test ride, and yeah, let's go. Okay, you guys, I'm really taking her out now to stretch her legs, kind of taking her on the back roads here. So far, I do notice a difference at low speeds, and I did not anticipate that. I did not think it was going to make that big of a difference, but it just feels, it's really hard to describe. It feels different, steadier, less loose. I don't know if that's the right term. I'm going to kind of try to get up to speed here now. I don't know. It's just a much steadier ride. It just feels very grounded. And I think some of that like kind of loosey-goosey feeling that you get from the handle, like just from how it handles, you get used to. And it's not something you notice until there's an improvement on it. It's crazy. I did not think it was going to make this kind of a difference. Because I always thought, having the Rally, that I had a pretty solid ride. And I definitely do. But yeah, this is a great upgrade. It was a challenge, no joke.
you know, you definitely need to have assistance. You know, I did hardly any of the work on this. I was focusing more on trying to get good footage so I could try to put a decent tutorial together. But honestly, my dad and my husband really did most of the work. But, you know, it's doable. It really is. Just, if you think it's going to be a quick, easy modification, it's not. Okay, kind of getting up to speed now. Oh, that's nice, y'all. That is nice. Smooth. We're coming up into some twisties here. You know, as twisty as Florida gets. I got some curves coming up. No problem. Oh yeah, no problem at all. Handles them like a champ. Oh, that's great. So shout out to my brother and sister-in-law for gifting me the end links for my birthday, the Baja Ron end links. And big thank you to Can-Am for gifting me the sway bar. They have been super supportive. It's been a great partnership. Truly, the opinions and everything are completely my own. You guys, I'm not gonna BS you on anything. But yeah, definite upgrade, definite improvement. I really appreciate you guys watching. I will have all the links to the things that we used and mentioned in this video linked down in the description bar below if you guys are interested. Again, if you found this video helpful, entertaining, learned something, please give it a thumbs up, share with your friends, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you never miss an upload. I appreciate you guys being here. Thank you so much for watching. And until next time, you guys ride safe, be kind, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.